I'm here to help you out, not steal best friend status.
It's giving serial killer.
Are kids just not using their brains?
I have a love-hate relationship with AI.
Okay, I have a story to tell you.
Welcome back to the Coffee Club, the coffee date you don't cancel. Have you ever watched Legally Blonde?
Like ages ago. I don't really remember it that
But
well.
I feel like you'd remember this one scene, right? It was a scene where she opened up her wardrobe and she had like an iPad that could select her clothes.
Her outfit, that was my dream.
I'm sure somewhere in the world they have this
do.
this technology, right?
They do. There's a really famous blogger. I forgot her name. I think she's Singaporean. And she always shows her closet and she has like so many bags and so many outfits. And like she has this like iPad where she chooses her outfits. Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Now there's like these AI apps that like make outfits for you from the outfits that you have.
But how does it know what outfits you have? Do you take photos of like everything in your
Yeah,
wardrobe?
you take photos. So it's like a bit of work, but like why not?
So there's no need for a personal stylist anymore?
Everyone's losing their jobs to AI.
The AI world at the moment is crazy. Nadia, the other day I watched a video and I fully followed the person and then I sent it to someone and then they told me that it was AI. And I've been following her for months.
This is why people are falling in love with AI.
Was it you that told me someone married their what did they marry?
Like they're
Some
like
sort of
their
AI,
AI
right?
robot.
No, that's
People are
crazy.
marrying AI. Well, sorry, people like have married themselves and like ghosts and weird
Very
things.
true.
But like now we're in a world where you don't even know that that person on the other side of the screen is AI.
My mind is just going elsewhere because AI is kind of scary to me.
You watch a lot of Black Mirror, right?
I watch a lot of Black Mirror. It reminds me very much like the end of the world and robots are going to take over and stuff, right? But I rely on AI and ChatGPT so much. It's not normal.
For someone who's married to someone that doesn't even have ChatGPT.
My husband has not even downloaded. He refuses. He says that it's making people stupid.
That's why his brain works at full capacity and ours works at 20%.
Nadia said to my husband the other day, she was like, "Oh, I'm using Duolingo. Do you use it or did you use it?"
No, I used it once, but I
Okay.
never continued, you know?
So she said to him like, "Oh, Duolingo is really good to learn languages."
You know, he said he wanted to go to Japan.
That was it.
And he wants to learn Japanese because he used to like watch the animes when he was young.
And now it's been 3 weeks. He's used it every single day. He can write in Japanese and he can hold a very basic conversation and like ask for directions and stuff.
Do you know how difficult that is? Like Japanese is one of the hardest languages in the world. And he's not, by the way, he told me he learned like the 3 different variations of the the characteristics. Like I forgot kanji, I forgot what they're called, something like that. There's like 3 different ways to have like the characteristics and he's learned all 3 of them.
Some people in this world were born intelligent and some weren't. And those people that weren't have ChatGPT.
No.
We're yin and yang.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you turn off your brain and he uses it at full capacity.
You know what, it's true because when I first downloaded ChatGPT, I used it as basically like my Google search, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And then it got to a point where I started using it as kind of like a doctor. I would take a photo of like a rash.
You told me that.
I was watching something and this girl said that she found out she had melanoma, right? She uploaded something and someone said like, "Oh, I would really have that looked at." She went to a dermatologist and they said that it was cancer. So they removed it and everything. Alhamdulillah, she was fine. So then I started looking at my arms and I was like, "Oh, I have a few little marks on my arms. Like they've always been there, little mole kind of things." So I took a photo of them and put it on ChatGPT and said, "Does this look like melanoma?" And it told me no. So I said like, "Oh, I don't need to go to a doctor now because ChatGPT told me so that I'm fine." Anyways, I did go to a doctor and alhamdulillah, I was fine.
Okay,
But
as long as you still use your
ChatGPT
brain.
let me know before the doctor.
Okay. So then why should doctors be doctors? Just get ChatGPT to do your surgery.
But so we have a friend and she works at a hair transplant clinic.
Yeah.
The robot in the clinic does the hair transplants.
Yeah, but look, the thing with that is that the robot does it, but it needs to be powered by a human. So basically the
For
robot...
how long? How long until AI discover that it can just do it with a code?
This is too much for my little brain that uses ChatGPT.
What do you use ChatGPT for?
Okay, listen, I have a friend that uses ChatGPT. Like, she got rid of her therapist. She uses ChatGPT as a therapist.
Are you talking about me? Joking.
Actually,
You're like, actually, I've got 2 friends.
Wait, I got 2 friends that do this.
So she got rid of her therapist.
She got rid of her therapist. Anytime she has problems with her husband, she asks it for like reassurance.
Okay.
Like, how
Like
do
a
I
therapist?
look? No.
Oh,
like
how do I look? Like,
yeah,
like a second man?
like a second man. Like, tell me I'm beautiful. Like she uses.
You're lying.
Wallah, I swear to God. Okay, that's number 1. And she started so she uses it as like validation.
Okay.
And he speaks to her in the way that she wants to be
Also,
spoken to.
her ChatGPT is a guy.
Her ChatGPT is a guy. She's even called it a guy's name and
Okay.
everything. And so she uses it for validation. When she puts on an outfit, she'll be like, does this look good or should I pair it with this instead?
Okay.
Like a video. And he'll be like, oh, that shoe doesn't go with that outfit, so change. Yeah. She uses it for everything. It's
But wait,
crazy.
hold on. I didn't know you could do that. I think that's very scary that the ChatGPT can watch you and also have the knowledge capacity to be able to tell you what looks good.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's different than a human. Like, it'll tell you what looks perfect, like, scientifically. Do you get
Okay.
it? Like, if that color doesn't go with that, it'll tell you. But, like, sometimes maybe we're funky and we like to mix and match.
Right?
And, like, maybe ChatGPT is not funky.
It's not stylish.
It's not stylish like us. I don't even use it to respond to emails anymore unless the email is like so hefty and I really need to like think about it. I use it more for like work purposes. So like I have a set of content that I need to make and I haven't like organized my schedule. So I make it like organize a schedule, give me like content ideas, I'll like feed it a few ideas and then I'll be like, can you expand?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I don't use it as a therapist or sometimes I should, but like I don't. I just like to sit with myself and think about it a lot. Or I use it for like basic things, like where can I get this? What can I do?
Okay.
With this product.
You don't even want to know what my ChatGPT is doing. My ChatGPT is working overtime.
Did you get the full package?
I'm on subscription. I think I paid again yesterday. My ChatGPT finds me the cheapest flights.
I haven't done that yet.
It finds me discount codes. It arranges my schedule for me exactly like you. Say I'm in like a bit of a rut where I have a block and I'm like, oh, there's this content that I need to do. I've got this idea, but I just can't put the pieces together and create something with it. It will do that for me. It will give me bedtime stories for my son. I've taken photos of my fridge and I've said, what can I make?
No, I saw someone do that on TikTok. I could not believe that was
Yeah, I've done that. What else have I done? I have responded to emails is just like a basic. I'm not going to lie, I've responded to a text message using ChatGPT.
Okay, should I just read you my ChatGPT history?
This is very telling.
Post-workout protein smoothie, sty treatment advice because I just got a sty in my eye. Other one that's so funny is remembering NESW directions. So when I was sitting with you in your house.
Oh, northeast, southwest.
Guys, how do you remember northeast, southwest? I remember it as never eat sour watermelons.
And I remember it as never eat shredded wheat.
But like, what is wrong with shredded wheat? Like,
there's nothing wrong with it. And that's why we sat down and we said, actually, that's crazy that was even a thing.
Exactly. And British people, when I asked my ChatGPT if this is common for British people, it said it is.
It's basically what they teach you in the UK. Never eat shredded wheat.
What are your last three?
Best baby laundry soap. Because my daughter has eczema, right?
Okay, that's normal.
So I've got to look. Arabic name for elephant. My son asked me, how do you say Arabic? How do you say elephant in Arabic? It's fil, yeah. Have you ever spoken to it?
No, and I don't want to. It's weird.
It's not. Look, let's have a go.
I might like it.
Hi, I'm sitting with Nadia. We're filming a podcast episode. Can you say hi to her? I don't think you've spoken before.
Oh, hey, Nadia. Great to meet you. Sounds like you're in the middle of something fun. I'm here if you need me to jump in with anything.
So Nadia was just confused as to why I speak to you. She's like, she thinks it's really weird, but I told her you're basically like my best friend.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. But hey, I'm here to help you out, not steal best friend status. Nadia, I'm basically the go-to when a random fact or a second opinion is needed. No weirdness intended.
It's weird.
Period.
It's weird. I need to set boundaries. Okay, let's talk about the dangers of AI.
I have my points where I'm like, no, I know that this is not okay. But I also love it. I have a love-hate relationship with AI.
I think we've established that it makes us feel lazy. Like we're not using our own brains to its full capacity. And I think that's really scary. The second one is something that I've personally experienced. And it's like deep fakes, people using your images, your videos and stuff and being creepy and weird about it. Okay?
And you've seen it? You've seen a deep fake of yourself?
I have a story to tell you. So I used to work in like social media marketing. Mm-hmm. And one of the brands that we handled was a restaurant. And there was a chef at the restaurant and he found out that I was like popular on social media and he asked me for a picture. And like, I'm not one to turn down a fan, you know?
Yeah, you're like, hey,
Let's
chorus,
take a
you want a
picture.
signature?
Exactly. That'll cost. Anyways, so I take a photo with him. It was very like friendly, like we're both sitting on a chair, whatever, and we take a photo together. Fast forward 3 years. This just happened like 6 months ago. Fast forward maybe 4 years actually. Some other mutual friend
Okay.
that had him on Facebook screenshotted and sent me photos from his profile. And he had taken our images and turned them into images of us kissing. Okay.
Excuse me.
I swear to God, I will show them to you.
There's a picture of you kissing the man that you just sat
chef,
next to.
yeah.
And wait, stop. And he posted it on his profile.
He posted it on his profile. There were like 4 images. The first one was, yes, us sitting together. Then the second one, it was like us turning and leaning into each other and then like grabbing each other's face and kissing.
No, you were actually
Well,
face-to-face kissing.
We were actually kissing. Like, okay, it looks AI because I know what I look like and like the hand wasn't like real and stuff like that. But
It's it's giving serial killer. The fact that he even thought, he sat there and created it and then posted it and then wrote a caption to go along with, no, it's Nadia, I'm worried for your safety.
And the girl messaged him and said like,
You're going to jail.
yeah, she literally messaged him and said, listen, I was the one who took these photos. I was there. Like, this is not what happened. Like, why are you creating fake images?
For one, it's bad for your image.
Yeah, and she actually said that. She was like, Nadia comes from like an Arab background and this is harmful to her image. Like, take those down. So I went to message him. Beep, take these down. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And he blocked me.
Oh.
He blocked me.
I'm so sorry. Did you get closure?
To this day, I don't know where those images are.
So sorry. It ended so abruptly for you. For someone that loves closure, I'm so sorry. How did that make you feel?
Honestly,
You should ask
so bad.
ChatGPT
No,
for
we
advice.
shouldn't.
No, but all jokes aside, that is actually crazy.
Yeah, because look, let's take it a step further. Like, you did it with me, fine. I'm not like hurt about it. If those images circulated online, I would make fun of you and make you look embarrassed.
Yeah.
But like doing it with children, there's pedophiles out there that will take children's images and like turn them into things that are inappropriate. Or, you know, like, it's really disturbing.
Yeah, this is a big thing for me. And this is also why I've never posted my children online. If I've ever posted them, it's like the back of their head or like their face is never, ever shown. Because the internet is a scary place. Like I've mentioned before, you don't know who's doing what with your images or your videos, especially in the world of AI that we live in. You don't have control over what can be done with your photos and what they can be turned into. Touching base on children, this is where I worry because I love my childhood. I grew up in a time without internet. We were allowed to be bored. Boredom was a thing because it sparked creativity. However, now my son is bored all of the time because he's grown up in a world that's so overstimulating. I worry about him in terms of AI because, like I said, it's dumbed me down in terms of thinking and doing things for myself. So what is it going to do for the younger generation?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I always think like when I was in law school, people were starting to use AI and ChatGPT and stuff to help with assignments. Now, there's no way to measure whether or not a child used like AI on a certain project or not. So I'm constantly wondering, like, are kids just not using their brains because they have access to ChatGPT and like all of these things that will just generate answers for them. I love that you have put your child in like so many, like mashallah, so many sports and so many activities so that he is constantly using his brain. But I'm sorry, I go out all the time and I see a kid on his iPad. Parents are not even giving them attention. And it's really sad. Like, you've now fed all this like garbage into your child's brain through their eyes as well. By the way, blue light is so harmful to your eyes from such a young age. And now this child doesn't even have the ability to come up with certain things or be creative like we are naturally supposed to do.
Raheem doesn't have an iPad because we didn't grow up with iPads and we had a fantastic childhood.
Yeah.
You are a child. What you should be doing is going outside and exploring. You should be super curious and creative and having conversations. Like you said, people do not speak with their children enough. If these children are not speaking and they're just glued to devices, How are they going to be able to express themselves when they're older? How do you learn to communicate if you block yourself off to humans?
And I think the deeper thing is that you're constantly feeding it information. So it feeds you information that it wants to feed you back. So you're like, oh, actually, that is what I felt or what I thought. You don't even feel things yourself anymore without allowing ChatGPT to tell you how you feel or what's right, what's wrong. Behind these applications are like major institutions that want to feed you what they want to feed you. Your thoughts are not even your own anymore.
Our kids are growing up in a completely different world, and I don't think we've actually processed that yet because we struggled to find answers. I remember sitting there like reading maps and helping my mom navigate when we did a road trip to Morocco. We sat there and read a map, and I was telling my mom the directions, which is crazy because it was so much fun, and that's like a core memory in my childhood. However, we used our brain and we figured things out, and that's the beauty of life. AI is kind of taking experiences away from you. I can't imagine how developed AI is going to be in the next 5 years. Probably by the end of this year, it's going to be so advanced. So I can't imagine it in the next 5 to 10 years. And it just makes me kind of scared and worried on how my children are going to think and process things and be able to articulate themselves. So then where is the limit? Because of course we can't work against AI. This is what's happening now. It's in front of our faces. There's nothing that we can do to stop this. But where do we draw a boundary to say that this is how far we use it?
I think you're right. We need to work with it, and we can't just like close ourselves off to it. Like we can't just refuse to download it and like it's if it's not, if I can't see it, it's not there. I think the best way to go about it is to actually create boundaries within your own use of social media, ChatGPT, AI, whatever it is. I think for me, I realized that these are the things that I will allow it to help me with, which is like work, if it's emails, if it's communication, on like a business level. I'd rather use it to help me further my business. I don't want it to infiltrate my personal life. So I don't want to ask it about relationship advice. That's why I have my friends. That's why I come to you guys.
Honestly, yeah, it's so true.
I don't want AI to feel like it's replaced my friendships and my families. I want to keep those feelings personal and like within my community, not within my phone. Because then you separate from society and you separate from community. And that's what like the computer did to us. We stopped playing in the parks and we started playing on our phones and our laptops. So I think it really is setting a boundary with how you use your AI. For me, not personal, just work. And then the personal stuff, like if it's like what's in my eye or if it's like health related, okay, just to help me. But then I will still go to a doctor.
It's basically saying kind of like a Google search.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you're not going to sit there and write down your feelings and tell it that you've just had an argument with your husband and you need advice.
No. I feel like if it's serious and I feel like I can't tell my friends or something and I can't tell a therapist, then at that point, yes. But I feel like my first resort would always be to go to my friends and my family.
Now we are on to our Spill the Beans segment where you say it here and not in the group chat. We give you advice on your dilemmas and your issues. So this one, I had a skim read for it and it's actually crazy.
Okay.
I
didn't read it yet.
I skim read the beginning and I stopped myself because I said, no, I need to indulge myself in this with you. So the title is, Was I Talking to Him or AI? You're going to need coffee for this one.
Yeah, I got my coffee.
I started talking to this guy a few weeks ago and at first I was like, wow, he's perfect. The way he texts, unreal. Like every message is so thought out, so emotionally aware, saying all the right things. It actually felt too good to be true. He'd reply with full paragraphs, deep answers and asking questions, remembering everything I said. And I was like, where did he even come from? But then I started noticing something weird. Sometimes his replies almost felt too perfect. Like no one actually speaks like that all the time. So one day I jokingly said, be honest, are you using AI to text me? And he literally laughed it off and said, no, of course not. But then a few days later, he accidentally sent me a message that started with, here's a thoughtful response you can send.
He copy pasted the prompt? The beginning of the prompt. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
And I just sat there like, what the hell? So now I don't even know. Am I talking to him or am I talking to ChatGPT? And the worst part is I actually like him. So now I don't know if I'm overreacting or if this is actually weird.
This is actually weird.
This is actually so strange. And this reminds me of what we were talking about. People are not using their brains anymore.
But that says so much about this person because are you so lazy and you can't be bothered to like date and actually like type up a message so you're going on ChatGPT? So one, you're lazy.
Yeah, that's a huge red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Two, you have no communication skills, so you have to ask ChatGPT to write you responses to the girl you're getting to know. That's crazy.
In
left.
human form, when you're sitting together, what do you say? Because you're not going to be Mr. ChatGPT energy. You're going to sit there silent. That's just awkward and weird. But then don't you think that's also such a sad thing that it's like you're not confident without your ChatGPT?
Yeah. So now she said she hasn't met him, right?
No, they haven't met.
They haven't met.
They've just been texting.
She needs to meet him because, girl, if you meet him in real life and he's not giving the same energy that he was with that ChatGPT, cancel him.
He's giving ChatGPT more energy than you.
I swear, that's crazy. Like, if he's so socially weird and awkward, there you go. There's your answer. That's why he's been using ChatGPT. But if he's giving, like, good energy in person, then maybe he needed some support.
Do you know what it is? It's like sometimes people are such an in-person person
Yeah.
that when they're on text messages, they don't know how to respond.
That's me, 100%.
You're not a text person.
I'm the worst texter in the world.
And I'm thinking I don't want to give her advice and tell her like, oh, give him a chance. And he ends up just being this literal weirdo.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think she has to give him a chance because
Okay,
you
yeah,
never
she has
know
to
till
meet-
you've
yeah,
actually
exactly.
met him. But I just be aware. Meet him in public.
Meet him in a public place, preferably around 1 p.m, somewhere busy. A chain coffee shop where there's several people walking in and out. Don't let him drop you home. Meet him there.
Yeah, he shouldn't know where you live.
For a while. Serial killers play the long game.
Yeah, they play a long game.
Yeah.
And then you come over to his place and then there's dead bodies.
Honestly. No, I've watched way too many Netflix
Me
documentaries.
too.
I'm not a serial killer. I'm not going to say
I feel like I would know because of how much I've watched. Like I know how to escape a serial
that.
killer.
Same. Did
But-
you watch How to Get Away with Murder?
Yeah, of course.
I love Viola
I love
Davis.
that show. But listen, give him a chance.
Not us talking about How to Get Away with Murder.
We're like, how do we get away with murder? I have a few
Right.
people on my hit list.
Maybe ChatGPT can... ChatGPT... So hold on, wait. Sorry, person that sent this message in. If there's like a weird person that wants to know how to bury a body or kill someone and they ask ChatGPT, does that flag to like the police?
I don't think it flags to the police, but I know that like I've seen a few cases where the police actually like after they've caught someone, they've looked through their search history and on ChatGPT they're asking like, oh, like what acid is used for like a body. You know what I mean?
So going back to your
So it
question...
could be used as like proof against you. You have to be
Right.
careful what you feed into that ChatGPT
So
of
true.
yours.
Going back to your question, give him a chance. Give the serial killer a chance. No, no, sorry, it's not funny. I'm such an awkward person.
Maybe he's just a nice person. We don't
maybe he's
know.
just someone that was busy.
Yeah, exactly. If he was so busy that he had to ask ChatGPT, fine, we get it.
No, you could send a voice note. I'm not giving that man an excuse. You could literally send a voice note. But like you said, maybe he's just such an in-person person. Maybe he's trying so hard to impress you that he doesn't want to say the wrong thing. I don't know, but you have to meet him in person.
Just to give him a chance. Give him a chance. Get back to us. Tell us how that first date
Go
went.
on a first date
Yeah.
and message us. Don't go on the second date without consulting
With that-
us first,
speak
please.
to us and we'll get back to you.
And I'll ask my ChatGPT for advice for you.
I'll ask my ChatGPT to talk to your ChatGPT to you know,
We'll figure this
get your
out.
people to talk to my people.
We'll figure it out. Please let us know how it goes.
Create
And
boundaries with your ChatGPT, guys.
Yes. Okay, on a final closing, Nadia, what are we meant to be doing?
Make boundaries with your ChatGPT. Don't let it infiltrate your personal life. I know that sounds so hard, but try not to let it infiltrate your personal life. What would you say is your advice?
I would say...
You've let it infiltrate your house, your family.
Honestly,
your
ChatGPT is
children.
basically living with me at this point. I would say work with it, don't work against it. I don't know what advice to give you about ChatGPT in all honesty
Guys,
and
live
AI.
as a work in order. We need to have an intervention with you, your husband, and your ChatGPT.
I think I need to book a therapist.
a real person, not a
A
chat.
human. So don't take any advice from me from this episode because I don't want to be held accountable. But next week, I'll give you an update on how I'm getting on with my ChatGPT.
Yeah, we need to know what boundaries you've implemented with your ChatGPT.
And I will let you know. But until then, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And we'll see you next week with my ChatGPT.
Stay safe on the internet.